I would say that like defining courage, being persistent, and going for what you know, the goals that you want, and never backing down and being fearless in doing so.
Yeah, I agree with that, being fearless, and I kind of think of it as being brave when you feel anything but.
Hi, I'm Ashley Macfarlane.
Hi, I'm Sally Edwards.
Hi, I'm Emily Gray, and this is Courage and Leadership.
So the first question I would want to ask you is, how do you all define leadership? So we can start with Sally.
You want to start with me? How do I define leadership? So I define leadership as setting vision and then sharing that vision with others and equipping, preparing, and motivating the shared pursuit of that vision. That's how I define leadership.
Wow.
Yeah, I would say that leadership can be defined by whoever is doing the leading or part of it. So for me, I lead with enthusiasm and with passion, similar to what Sally said, just motivating others, and I like to lead by example. So.
Yeah, so speaking of soccer, and how do you find courage, like being on the NC Courage team and you like working with kids every day?
I would say that like defining courage, being persistent, and going for what you know, the goals that you want, and never backing down and being fearless in doing so.
Mm-hmm. So when I think of a moment of courage, or just going after what you want, even if you don't see the steps to get there, it takes courage, right? And so I had grown up playing soccer, played some castle soccer, was on some travel teams, but there was no soccer in the Wake County public school system for girls. And I was at Sanderson High School, and we were a boys soccer dynasty. And in our senior year, we thought, you know what, we're gonna put girls soccer in at our school, and we got a big hard no. And so we said, well, we're gonna do it anyway, and because it is time. Mm-hmm. And so we started. We couldn't be an official varsity club because it took some time or whatever, and you had to have a representative in the faculty who would oversee you. We couldn't find one, so one of the girls on my travel team, her mom worked in the cafeteria, and so we got her to sponsor us. We started a team, and we had people sprinkled around from our travel clubs at other schools, and so we all banded together and got that going at our schools. And the next year they started varsity soccer for girls in the Wake County Public Schools. Yeah. So it makes me so happy, meeting today's generation of soccer players.
You're pioneering.
Yeah. So you both are at different parts within your journey. So if you could go back to your younger self and give yourself one piece of advice, what would it be?
So sometimes when you have the pressure to think you're supposed to have the answers, mm-hmm. if you think about asking the questions instead.
As she was saying that, I was also similarly thinking of, I was growing up kind of in the soccer sense, and also school. I was always kind of like a leader in my group, mm-hmm. and everyone was always looking at me. And sometimes that's a great situation to be in, of course, but sometimes I wish I wasn't the one that always had to do everything by the rule book, because everyone was looking at me. So that might not be a popular answer, but because you always should lead by doing the right thing and all that. But sometimes I wish I was able to let loose a little bit and just kind of make decisions not by the book.
Yeah, absolutely. So growing up...
And that's funny though, because as a leader too, it's like, I'm a leader who has a little trouble following the rules. Yeah, I'm one of those who, Not that hasn't gotten me in trouble, it certainly has. So Ashley, I'd love to hear what your definition of leadership is.
Yeah, I think leadership is one of the most important things to have in your entire life, because whether you like it or not, there's always going to be a point in time where the spotlight is on you. So you have to be able to kind of like be comfortable in your own skin and be able to talk to others and be able to interact. So being able to talk and like lead like by example is a really big deal.
And then how would you define courage?
I would say like having courage is not being able to, like not being scared, like not having fear. Like you're going to take the task like head on and just kind of like give it your all each and every day.